I liked it. Like Saul, he was going to school, he attended the floor. It's just something that you like. And so you learn it, you don't care about how hard it is. You like it. So you go after it.
Sure. And it's like the difference, in my humble opinion, between gambling and professional gambling.
Yeah.
There is a technique to be had. And if you just work on that technique and pay attention, if it's in your nature to pull it off, you pull it off.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but it takes focus and energy. And it takes somebody to slap you in the back of the head and tell you, stop doing that.
Yeah. It's like Saul says, we never quit doing those bad habits. And I agree with you.
Just stop doing that part, right? Everything else is great. Just stop doing that one.
Hey, dummy, why are you doing that?
Over and over again, right? I'm looking in the mirror, and what am I seeing? Oh my God, this isn't working out for me. But listen, I like the fact that you're part of Saul's world. I think that makes a huge, I think what a camaraderie and friendship, is part of what we do. In this world of separation, if you will.
Mark must be mad at us.
I think that he just took a break.
Yeah.
And I think he's still on his break. I don't know what drove him to his break. But he's a good egg too,
I go about 4 or 5 days. I kind of get antsy. I get kind of upset over the weekends. I want to keep trading. So.
Well, it's funny, when I got into a little bit of this crypto stuff, that's 24 hours, man. And that's insane. These people they're all the same.
Yeah, there's nothing going on right now. It's just we're waiting. I don't have any trades. Looking up, we went from that 72 area down to the 66. I don't have anything. As it unfolds, and I'll wait and watch it, but it may take 30 minutes, an hour. I don't know. But right now, we're moving into 10 o'clock. Europe's going to start shutting down over the next 30, 45 minutes. People are going to start putting their positions in. Do they want to hold it overnight, or they want to get out of it? Whatever it is, we're going to start to see this market starting to gyrate a little bit. But right now, until we either hit a level or something unfolds itself here to get excited about, we're just shooting the breeze.
Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to put one of those donate. I saw it on PayPal today, a donation link. Right? It's like if you want Don to work harder and pedal that bike faster, you can hit him with a donation. Put the donation link up, and it'll be like, there are people that want to get you motivated, Don, and then they may throw you a few bones, right?
Well, I'm motivated. It's just not giving me anything to trade. I mean, I'd be guessing right now. I've guessed enough in my time. I want this market to show me. And then, once the setup takes place, then take the trade. The 72 area, I knew was
John,
a decent area.
You're too nice of a guy. You know this, right?
Oh.
You're like a softie. You're like Mr. Softy, the ice cream guy. Come on.
Oh, is that what it is?
You know what I mean? All right. You're getting whipped, right? To give more of yourself. And a donation link would be a good idea. I think that would be good. You whip my guy, you got to pay him. Right? My buddy. He's my buddy you're whipping.
I've had a lot of help along the way, and a lot of people have contributed. So I'd like to give back.
I just think that's funny. And they're probably telling me to shove. They're really not telling you to. They're like, shut that other guy up. Like the guy from the Blue Man Group. Shut him up. I know what goes on around here. I know when to put my face back up.
I wish it'd do something. That's a bad part about the 10 o'clock range. It just kind of like, it just question is, what do they want to do with it now? We've been going up for the last, 2, 4, 6 hours. Oh,
Yeah, it's too, yeah.
It's not doing. It's not doing what I thought it would do today. So I just have to, and you just trade what it is, and it's not telling me it's doing anything right now. So it's kept going up.
Oh, Edward's getting very, 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 very curmudgeon-y today. Edward, what the hell's going on, buddy? He's calling me a smart man for calling myself out. I think I like that. Right? One day, Edward and I are going out for a drink. And we may not come home. We may not come home for a few days. You know what I mean? Right? Yeah.
We were working offshore, and we wasn't but about 2 hours away from home, and it took me 2 days to get there.
That's right. That's right. We're gonna have those. So we should find out where Saul is holed up.
Yeah, and I'll go visit him.
Yeah, we'll have a bag party, right? He'll just come out of his room. We'll throw in a burlap sack, and then we'll take him.
He probably went somewhere warm and he could play golf in.
I think he's going to Vegas, right? Isn't that what it is?
Oh, is it the money show?
No. I think this is social.
Oh, okay.
I think this is better. I think this is actually might be the Super Bowl for all I know. He's very cagey. Yeah. So you really can't pin him down. You just don't. I tried to put one of those trackers on him, like they say, those Apple tags or whatever. Right. And now they have the tags that don't tell you that you're being tagged. Right. I think you have to buy those on the internet. Not from Apple directly. But you can tag people and then you'll know exactly what they're up to at all times. Maybe you can even mic them.
Yeah.
I see what's really going on. That's what we're figuring out. Probably Mark is like together with him now, and they're out doing their thing. Who knows, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Inquiring minds want to know, but we guess we can't.
Oh well.
But anyway, so I'll let you do your thing. Okay, I've done my chat for the day. I will put together a donation link. We do have individuals that go to the website and pay $3.99 a month just because they want to, right? And but right now we have on the discounts, so take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And then Rand has a couple questions for you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll back up and answer these things for me.
Oh, that's funny. Right? I remember that tiger. I think I might look like the guy that lost his teeth. The dentist. You ever seen that movie there, Don? I think you must have. I think it's called The Hangover. I think.
Oh yeah.
All right, Don.
Okay.
Did you really not see The Hangover?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, good. All right, now I'll leave you. All right, bye.
Yeah. Rand, your question on the news of what are the usual number of points do you try to make in a single trade, and what are the usual number of points you risk? Oh, I have no idea, to be honest with you. Like the 72, I had a 73 stop and I was looking for 66. I have areas that I think we should go back to. And, I figured, well, if we left the 62, 68 would be a minimum. And 66 is a high probability type trade. I've taken that one. Sometimes we are at a number a bounce off the blue band, it may be only but 2 points, 3 points. It's so I'm constant. There's not a set number of when I get what I get in. I want to be able to control my risk. Now, for me, my risk may be 5 points, 10 points, depending on what I think this trade's going to do and what I'm trying to do. Am I trying to stay for the long haul? We know that 70, or at least I know that 72 is an area that we bounced off of, and we did. We've got a level. The next level up is going to be at, I don't even know where levels are at. Let me post them in the chat. I think 69. Uh, 79. We have 72, 74, 76. We got a little resistance at 76, not much. Better at the 79. I guess I ought to write these numbers down. But I'm just trading what the market's giving me. Sometimes, I get a trade and I don't like the trade, and if I make 2 points out of it, I'm out. I don't want to be sitting in drawdowns. That's my New Year's resolution. Try not to sit in a drawdown. You're either right or you're wrong. And most of the time, when you get into a decent trade and you're right, it happens pretty quick. You're not having to sit around very long. It does. And it depends on what the market is been doing. It just, we had a little resistance up there at 76. We got to 75 and a quarter. We're backing down to the 71, 72 area. Did I know it was going to do that? Possibility. If it would have went to 76, I might would have taken it. I've hit pretty well everything that I was aiming at this morning. So I'm going, okay, this is a trade that I didn't know that it was coming back this far. If I'd have known this, there was nothing in the chart that was showing me that, look, we're going to bounce off that 76 area and come into here. So, and with the 79 up there, it's kind of like you're weighing more risk just to want to trade to the downside. And I'm going, okay, let's just wait. I have a whole lot more areas. The areas that I'm showing in the room this morning are the ones that Saul had given me yesterday. And so this is his room. So I try to host his numbers. And now once we run out of his numbers, then we're on my numbers. I had 78 and he had 79. Our numbers are usually stacked pretty close to each other. And a lot of times they're right with each other. So, but I have learned to look, I have to trade what I think is right. And I use his numbers. Don't get me wrong. I do. If I take that, I I have 78.50 to be exact. He has 79. So hey, flip a coin. So when we're that close, it's kind of like, okay, what's this market doing? Where should it go? He has 86, and I have 86, 87. So 87, we're stacked right on top of each other. So it doesn't matter which one you trade off of. It's just kind of like, what is your risk tolerance to that level? Do you believe that we're going to get a reaction off that level? If you do, is it worth throwing 2 points, 3 points, 5 points at it of risk to make 2, 3, 4, 5 points? You know, that's something that you have to ask. Each and every one of us has to make that distinction. And so it becomes a hard process to answer. I'm not trying to evade your question. I wish I had a good answer for you. I just really don't. It's the trade. Every trade that I put on is different. Depending on my belief, what the chart's been showing me, where I think we should be on SPAC 2, what levels we're coming off of, what levels we should go to. Sometimes, you know, I'm trading from one level to the next, one level off of one of his levels back to one of my levels. You know, I know that at 72, we've got a little resistance there. Not much, but some. We get below 72. 63, about 68 area. There's a little support. And that's what it's showing me today. You know, tomorrow, I'm just, as we move into this morning, I'm adjusting and readjusting. Four, 7, 37, 37, and 17. What is my spread? Meaning, Peter, I'm not sure when you refer to spread. Are you talking about between the big contract and the the cost of my transactions is about $4 round trip. 2 in, 2 out. There's some places a little higher, some places a little less. But you ought to be able to keep your transaction costs down to $4 or less. You know, every time you make a trade, you pay. And you know, if you're making 20 trades a day, you know, that's chunk of change. You can buy a hamburger off of it. You know, I'm seeing the nice thing about this day is it's just we're hitting these areas and we're getting a reaction off of them and going to the next one and we're getting a reaction. The days that it's really bad is when we go up and we hit a level and you get a 1 point reaction, then it takes off again. Let's see, what's the next question? Okay. The question is, of course, the entry is all important. What gives you the confidence to enter a trade at any given point? See how to answer that correctly. Okay, first of all, we don't honestly know if any trade is going to work out. We don't know that. What gives you the confidence is finding an area, a level, a pattern, whatever you want to call it, spot. And draw a line in the sand. Above that, I want to be long. Below that, I want to be shorter out, depending on your bias and based on what this market is telling you that it should do. And so it comes with doing it over and over and over and over again. But, you also, probably the simplest way to answer that, Rand, is to say, the best thing to do if you're new to this and you don't know this is, when I first took Saul's course, for the first probably 3 months, all I did was write down all these levels. Then I went back and I had to prove to myself that it worked, because if I can't prove to myself it's going to work, then why would I want to do it? And then the next question is, are you willing to do what he does? A lot of people just aren't willing to. This market be going up, and you think it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. It might not. I don't know. But we are looking for reaction points in the market where the market should stop. It should back up. We make a little bit. Then we're looking at it to go on or go down. We don't know where it's going. This may be the high of the day. We don't know. It may, or the low of the day. We don't really know. We're just here to trade, and we're here to scalp the market. We're not here to buy it and 40 points later get out. We're here to scalp, and that's what we're doing. We're finding areas of reaction points, and we're scalping. But what gives you the confidence on this thing is if you sit down and you do it, and you backtrack and you write these levels down, and you figure, okay, I can do this. I can buy it here and sell it here. And if all I had was one contract and with a 2-point stop and a 2-point loss, now keep in mind that this has been several years back that I was doing this. So the market volatility wasn't where it's at now. So, but with added volatility means that we have to have bigger stops. Or we have to sit on the sidelines, and there's nothing wrong with that. If it gets too rich for your blood, trading a one lot and with a 10-point stop, just wait. Tomorrow, the next day, it'll be back in line. That's the nice thing about this. If you don't like it today, the market will change tomorrow. But you put those, and I went back and I tested it. And I found out that, I'm going to win 76% of the time, 70 to 76% of the time, I'm going to win trading these numbers. That's not a bad way to go. Well, we're back to the 63 area. Oh, but this morning, the market has been giving us these rotations off of these, I call them intermediate levels, like the 72s, the 76s, the 68s, the 63s. These have been reaction points. And then I saw, okay, it's like this one right here. We should react back up to 69 area. We're at 62. We're at a blue band at 65. So, if you bought the blue band, you're looking to make 4 points and you're going to risk 3. I mean, that's just a trade that popped up in the last 2 minutes. And so I haven't, I know that 63 is a reaction point today based on what it's done in the past. If you bought the 63s, you ought to be able to get 3 to 5 points out of it. If you were able to get to 63s, you already got 2 in it. 66 would give you 3. No, it just, it's kind of like, okay, I've made money in the market. If I get back up to 66, 67, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm on the winning side today. So if I got in, I'd probably take profits. The heck with waiting for it to run back up to that 69 area. It may give me an opportunity to get in and do it again. I don't know. But 63 is I call it an intermediate level today. And if we break 63, if it comes down and breaks it to the downside, I don't want to be on the long side. And so I'm here to scalp. I'm not here to be right that much. It does help if you're right. Don't get me wrong. You know, 64 should give us 66. I mean, I'm looking at the numbers now. It's just kind of like, okay, what's it going to do? Is it going to tank off, or are we going to run back up to the 66 area? You know, we don't know, but in order for us to find out, to make any money, we're going to have to put the trade on. And if we put the trade on, where are you going to be wrong at? Where are you going to be wrong at? You know, if you bought the 63s, I'd say 62. So you're risking 1 point. We're going to go for 3 points. So well, I'm running a 1 point stop from that 63 to 66 right now. So depending on your entry, on what you're seeing and what you're not seeing, come on, there we go. I'm out. I took the 63 to 66 twice. So 69 is a good viable area that it should go to, but I don't care. If I had multiples on, you may move your stop up to break even and see where it's going to go from here. So at times this market today is pretty, we're getting good rotations, but we're not really blowing through our levels that we're having to get into. We're having to fade these levels to get into them. And a good one would be the 69. The high of that was what, 68.75, and we would have already scaled in at probably 68.50. So you would have gotten filled, and that sucker dropped 10 points. So your answer, can you trade with a 2-point stop in this wild market? Yes. But we had to trade right there at that level, that reaction point, to make it work. Sometimes it blows through the reaction points. Our volatility now is down into the 20.36 right now on the VIX. It's not 27. When we start hitting that 25, 27 range, the stops are going to have to be further apart. It's in this new wild market on the ES is a 2 points way too small of a stop. The answer is yes and no, depending on the volatility. Today, 2 points is plenty sufficient. Sometimes it's 3. Sometimes it's even more than that. So, based on what I know and the levels and stuff, the 63 was a good area. It looks to get back to the 69 at a 66 minimum. A lot of times I'll take 2 trades. I took first one, took profits. It came back down. I got in again. My entry price was a little higher. I think it was right at 64 at second round. And then I ran it up and I got out again. And if I wanted to hold one, I would have brought my stop up to break even plus a tick covered commissions. And I'm going, okay, let's see if it'll get 69. Should. We're at 68 now. One more tick. So things like I'm just trading. I'm not trying to hold anything back. I'm just going, okay, what's the market doing? This is what I think it's doing. This is what I'm trading. I have a reason. I have an area, and I know I'm wrong. That's what gives you the confidence to take a trade. I'm really shocked that we did it hit 69. It hit 69. You should have gotten filled at 69. Now, if you just really want to milk this thing, say, for instance, you want to get long at 67, that's fine. Where are you going to be wrong at? Probably at 66. And the reason I'm using 67 is I did get long at 67, but run back to 69. Well, I don't know if it's going to make it. 68.50 is looking pretty good. There's that 69. Okay. It did what I thought it was going to do. Now wait. I don't have any, it could run back to 73, 72 area. I have no idea. I don't show anything that I'm above the blue band. I'm just kind of in limbo right at the moment. It did that trade set up, and we're back to it. That's now I'm waiting. People say, well, Solstice, okay, we had normally have uh 3 to 5 trades a day, easy. And once you learn how to trade the price action and the numbers, you get way more, you can get way many more than that. You know, there's nothing to trade 20 times. I have no idea where I'm even at right at the moment. Let me go back and take a look. And I'm not saying that everybody should trade what I'm trading. I'm just trying to give you an idea that there's a lot of trades in there. I'm at 13 trades, and I've had one losing trade. And my loss was $25. So out of 13 trades, I've got 12 winners. So, you know, and I'm sharing this stuff with you not to be bragging that I'm a super duper trader. That's not the issue. It's just the day. It's been a decent day. It's trading, the market trading like it should, what I think it should be doing. And when we get into these small range chop markets, I become a good trader because it goes back to where it should go back to. So I hope I've helped you understand that, you know, a confidence comes by doing, and doing, if you do it enough, you know, the money will come on its own. It just, I know that if you're a new trader, when you first get in and you make 2 points, you know, that's $100. I don't know about y'all, but I've had to work hard for $100. And I've seen the time $100, that was an all-day salary and more. And so it comes by being patient. Here we are, we're tracking up on 1030. I don't know. You know, I'd like to find an area up there to get short at, like that 76 area, and just try and hold one on. But not with that gap up there until we get back to 88 area, 89. But it's going to have to show me something. Right now, it's not showing me anything. Until we get back below our pivot. And two is, you know, I've traded enough today that I don't really have to trade anymore. It's not, but if I sit here long enough, there will be many more opportunities that come through. Well, guys, I'm going to take a break. I'll be in the background. If anybody needs anything, just remember, keep your stops in. I have no idea where this market's going. I don't know if they'll turn it today or tomorrow. It should be tomorrow, but who knows? They could turn it up, turn it down. We don't know where it's going. And right now, we're trading back at the blue band. I know if we get back below 54, we want to, yeah, I'd say 54. We get back below 54, we want to be out of any longs for sure. Randy, it basically gives the levels. Normally, they're trying to use a 2-point stop with a 2-point target on all levels. Now, some days, like I was trying to explain earlier, the volatility is such that, we've got 10.5-minute bars, and with the more risk becomes more rewards also. So you have to adjust those stops accordingly. The entry, it's basically, what is your risk tolerance? We're not going to be 100% exact on exact level. So sometimes, and I'll give you a good example, the 69. We faded that. We were in at 68.50. We were just a little bit ahead. And depending on the volatility, you may have to be a point ahead. If you don't, you miss the trade. You miss the trade, that's okay. There'll be another one along in a minute. And so, but as far as the numbers, we give out the numbers. Saul usually comes in the morning just before 8:30, and he gives out these numbers. I'm going to post them again. And basically, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see a pivot, resistance, support. And those are the areas that we are looking to get long or short on, depending which way we're going to. And like we're going up, we're going to get short into these areas, looking for a reaction off these points. Some days we get to those areas, we get run smooth over. It goes to them so quick, it's not even funny. So when you put your orders in, you put your stop in too. That's the first thing you do. Then you put your other in, because we have no idea how fast these things are going to run through or stop, or we're just looking at areas that it should work. And like I say, about 70+% of the time, it works. This market today has been real cooperative. They have bounced off these areas just like clockwork. They couldn't ask for a better day. It's been a good trading day, as far as I'm concerned. We have not made it to the outer numbers, but I threw in a few extras in there that if you were in the room, you heard them, and so now if you took them, and that's the problem with I can throw these numbers out. I've got numbers stacked up from here to Timbuktu, but the question is I will trade most of them depending on, like, especially today, since what this market's doing based on that it's giving us a reaction off these points. Now, at any point in time, somebody could come out and say, boo, and this thing go to run in one direction or the other. And that's what you put the stops in. It's your safety net. We're going to come and we're going to learn to be trapeze artists and do all these fancy flips and didos and stuff. But in case we fail, we got a net. We're not going to get hurt. And that's the purpose of our stops. That's our safety net. That keeps our trading capital intact. I mean, controlling risk is probably the most important thing that we can do, because once you're in a trade, you can't control the profits. You can only control the risk. Now, you can control when you take them, but you can't control how far this thing's going to go. And but for the most part, a 2-point target with a 2-point stop is a doable deal. Now, you may not want to trade the first 15 minutes. You may not want to trade that first level until things kind of quiet down. That first 30 minutes, 45 minutes of the market it's usually people that are in it overnight, they're getting out. And then you see a gyration around 10:30 with Europe shutting down. So the only players left right now after this, probably by 11 o'clock, is US and then the West Coast. And then it slows way down in the afternoon. We normally do not trade the afternoons because it's usually a one-way market. It's a different animal than our morning market is. And do the levels still work? I will use these same levels for the next 24 hours until tomorrow at 8:30 till I give new ones. And so, if I'm at night, I'll use these same areas to trade at night. And yes, I will trade at night. I hadn't traded at night in a good while. It's just kind of like, there's been enough opportunities during the day. Why fight with the night crowd? But yeah, I guess the answer to your question is basically when you sign up for this service, all you're getting is the numbers, because we don't really have any control over you as a trader. We can't tell you do this and you do it. When we get in here in the mornings, and I forgot what time that I put these well, the levels are not free for everybody. And now if you just happen to come in, you get the levels today, and to see what this service is about, you're allowed to stay for a little while. But in order for you to keep getting these levels and be able to come back to this room every day, that's what that $100 and something a month is for. That just pays, I think. And I'll tell you what, I'm not the person to ask this. Brad is, but basically it's to pay for overhead. But other than that, the only thing extra that you get out of it is just you get a chance to. I turn it on just to have somebody to listen to, because it gets kind of lonesome trading by yourself. And but any extras that you get, there are no extras. Look, we're just giving you zones, and the zones are coming from Saul in his 20 plus years of doing this, and he was a floor trader, and the story's long, but he just he traded out of the pits for many years. And so he's basically teaching you, if you take his course, he'll teach you how to come up with these levels on your own. I believe, Rand, I think it is limited. I don't know that it is. I don't think it's for everybody. Brad will let you, and he'll ask you, are you interested in staying or not? And if you're not, then after a while, if you don't sign up, I think you just get the boot and they boot you out of the room. I think that, I don't know. My name's Don Jenkins. All I do is I'm just filling in for Saul. He's out of pocket for until next Tuesday. So I'm going to be filling in for him Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and Monday. And so basically I'm just sitting in moderating the room and giving the numbers out. And the numbers that we got today were a mixture of his and mine both. And so I've been with him long enough that I can usually get with him pretty close to his numbers with my numbers. And I have enough faith in either one of them to trade them. So, and if they don't work, they don't work. You just get out and look for another opportunity. It is that simple, but we all want to be winners. I'm guilty of that just as ahead of anybody else. And so, I want this market to do something. Right now, Kyle calls it a no trade zone. It's not showing anything of any opportunity that I'm willing to jump on board for. And I have a bias right now to the short side, and I don't want to be trading that because I would have missed several good opportunities to the upside. Well, you're more than welcome. I hope I could have helped in some way, shape, or form. I'm like everybody else. I'm just a trader. I don't get paid for this. I'm just filling in for him. He asked me to, and I sure. So as I'm putting these numbers up, and there's a lot of trades, I'm telling, okay, we've got resistance there at the 76, or we've got resistance up there at 72. I'm telling you, there's some minor resistance at that point. Now, we should reaction point off of those. Did I take them? Yes, I did. And so, we're not trying to say, okay, everybody buy here, everybody sell here. It's just because we're all different animals. We all have different risk tolerance. My risk tolerance may be more or less than someone else's. But it's not doing anything that I'm excited about. So anyway, I think I'm going to take a break. Really and truly, it's going to be a long break. I just don't see a whole lot happening right now. So with that, y'all continue to trade, keep your stops in, be safe. And Brad will be around, and I will be in the background checking in and out. So if you need something, just type it in and we'll see if we can get back to you.
Hey, a couple quick programming notes. I've got a link to share. Got a few people that signed up for Don today, and I appreciate it. I'm sending out the discount link. It's usually $3.99. It's on for $150. Quarterly is $400, which is $125 a month versus the $3.99. So for $3.99, essentially you get 3 months. What a great deal. For those that are looking to come in, if you have a guest you want to come in, tradealonglive.com, tradealonglive.com. We're here every trading day in a educational format, trade along format. Saul provides his proprietary scalping levels as a guide for the morning session. They are levels and zones. We go through the morning session between 9:30 and about 11:30. Then we're pretty much done for the day. It's a real unique opportunity for you as a trader to get better at your craft. Better levels, in our opinion, equals better trades. And the concept of trading along with a 25-year veteran trader of the trading pits in Chicago is a unbelievable opportunity. So take advantage of it. We're also going to put in a tip link. Just haven't put it together yet. And what we'll do is we'll set it up for individuals that are currently subscribed to be able to throw a tip in there for the host and take your time and make sure A, you're set up as a subscriber, and B, from time to time, ask for the tip link and I'll send it out to you. And that is for subscribers to this service as an appreciation for this service and for that day based on how you did. So I'll be in the background if you need me. Appreciate you being here. TradeAlongLive.com, TradeAlongLive.com. The website's TradeAlongTradingAcademy.com, TradeAlongTradingAcademy.com. Thank you.